This single roll of 35mm film costs about 15 euros. If I want to develop and scan it, well, that's another 15. Film photography is beautiful, but let's be honest, it's an expensive hobby. A couple of months ago, at a local flea market, I found this. The Kodak DX7630, a tiny Digicam from the early 2000s. The seller wanted 5 euros for it. Of course there was a catch, no charger, no SD card, so I had to get those online. In the end, this retro digital camera plus the charger and SD card cost me around 15 euros. So here's the math. For the price of one single roll of film, I now have a digital camera with a CCD sensor that I can use forever. Today I'm taking this flea market find on a hike to see if a cheap CCD sensor is actually a viable alternative or if I just bought someone else's e-waste. Bringing a 20-year-old camera on a hike is, well, a humbling experience. If you are used to your phone or any modern digital camera, this thing feels broken. It is loud, it's slow, the autofocus sounds like a dying robot. And the shutter lag? Well, you press the button, wait a full second, and then the CCD finally grabs the frame. But weirdly, that is exactly why I like it. A lot of people are looking for that Digicam aesthetics because it forces you to slow down. You can't just spam the shutter, you have to stop, compose and commit. I try to use it like my film cameras. Simple compositions, strong light and textures. Think of it as a cheap street photography camera, but for the woods. I'm curious about two things. First, the color. Kodak CCD sensors from this area are famous for their warm, nostalgic color science. And second, does a 5 euro camera actually hold up in 2026? Back home, let's see what we actually got. These are JPEGs straight out of the camera, no edits. First impression, the colors. This is where these old CCD cameras shine. The reds and yellows have that classic Kodak vibe, warm, saturated and punchy. It doesn't look digital, it looks like cheap consumer film. Is it sharp? Surprisingly, yes. But look at the texture here. It is soft. It has noise, but almost looks like grain. That imperfection is what gives it the film look for free. Their weak point is dynamic range. Highlights clip fast, shadows go muddy, but again, that's very similar to shoot expired film. It forces you to be careful with your exposure. For a budget photography setup that costs less than a lunch, I'm getting images that I actually love. They're imperfect, a bit dirty, a bit crunchy. And that's exactly why they work. So can a 15 euro Digicam actually replace a roll of film? For me it doesn't replace the process. Loading film, the mechanical winding, the smell of the lab, nothing replaces that. But if you're chasing the aesthetic, if you want photos that feel nostalgic, warm, but you're tired of burning through 30 euros every roll, well, then maybe this camera is something you should look into. Go hunt for one of these. It forces you to slow down just like film. Best 15 euros I've ever spent. Cheers.